So I started with Sandstone Pearl as the base for my eye. I just put it all on there and blended it in with my fingers. Then I went in with Mocha Java with just a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I started on the outer corners of my eye and blended into the creases. And then I repeated on the other eye. Then I used smoked Topaz and did the exact same thing just over the Mocha Java for a darker look. I just blended that in real well. Then I used Copper Rose with a smaller eyeshadow brush to put on my eyelid, starting in the corner of my eye, working towards the outer of my eyelid. Then I repeated that on the other side. Then I mixed Sandstone Pearl Shimmer with Copper Rose Shimmer with the flat eyeshadow brush. This really gives that gold shimmer, really bright look. And then I applied that on my eyelid as well, starting in the inner corner, working towards the outer corner, right along my lash line. And then I repeated that on the other eye. And then I went back in with the smoked Topaz and just went back over my creases. I just really wanted to create that smoky eye look for our family pictures. And I repeated that on the other eye. Then I just used the Sandstone Pearl at the top of my eye just to clean it up a little bit and make sure the top was really bright. Then I used the Onyx ShadowSense with an angled eyeliner brush. And just started on the middle of my eye, working outwards for that winged eyeliner look. And then I moved towards the inside of my eye. This actually gets a lot easier as you do it. It seemed complicated at first, but as soon as you just get that winged look down, it's super simple. You just dab it on and it'll make a straight line. I actually have a harder time with eyeliner sticks and things like that. I think using a brush makes it a lot more even. My face is already primed with our moisturizer and our Silk Pore Minimizer, which is amazing. So now I just used the Dewy MakeSense foundation with a pump of Pearlizer, and I blended that in on my face with just a foundation brush. I love our foundation because not only is it full coverage, but it's also compiled with Scene Complex, which is anti-aging and moisturizing and sun protecting, so it's always working to benefit your face. Just blend that in real well. I just dab it on. And now I'm going in with the Sandstone Pearl ShadowSense that I used on my eye as the concealer. ShadowSense is a cream to powder formula. So you put it on as cream, you set it in. So here I'm setting it with my concealer brush. And as soon as it sets to a powder, you don't even have to apply anything on top of it because it'll be set for the day. So it's also water resistant, smudge proof, smear proof, just like all of Senegence products. And I applied that down the tip of my nose and my T-zone, and then blended that out. So with our MakeSense foundation, as soon as the first coat is set, you can apply more. So since we're doing family pictures, I really wanted a lot of coverage and it to be a dramatic look. So I just applied a little bit more of the dewy foundation on top. It doesn't ever look cakey, so you can really apply as much or as little as you want. Then I went in with Mocha Java and colored in my eyebrows. Even though my eyebrows are dark, I still think using the Mocha Java to accentuate them makes a huge difference. So if you haven't tried coloring in your eyebrows, try it out. I think you'll like the outcome. Then I mixed Sandstone Pearl Shimmer with Snow, and Snow is just a pure white color for a really bright look. And then I used that flat brush to mix it together. And I put this underneath my eyebrows as a highlighter. Then I also went down into the tip of my eye, into the corners, towards my nose to brighten that area up a lot too. It makes your eyes look really big. Then I used Mocha Java and just did 2 dots with a dense blending brush and just blended that in real well. This is also ShadowSense, the same that I used on my eye. So just like that, the eyes and everything else, once this is set, it's gonna be set for the day. So taking family pictures when it's hot outside, I wasn't worried because it's not gonna move even though it got sweaty. Then I used a mix of Mulberry and Pink Posey ShadowSense for my blush. So two dots of Mulberry and 1 dot of Pink Posey. And just your normal blush brush. And I blended that. And repeat on the other side. 2 dots of Mulberry, 1 dot of Pink Posey. Then I went in with just a teeny tiny dot of Garnet ShadowSense with a smaller blush brush for a little bit of contour. You just have to be really careful using that. You don't want it to get too dark. And then I repeated that on the other side. That just helps with your cheekbones. I don't do that for my everyday look, but for pictures I did. Then I blended that in with my brush throughout my whole face. Then I used Sandstone Pearl Shimmer ShadowSense and just did a few dots above my cheekbone and blended that in with my finger. And then I went back in with my concealer brush just for some highlight. And then I repeated that on my other side. Then I used our translucid loose powder for setting. I don't use this every day. You don't have to set since all of our formulas are cream to powder, but since we were taking pictures, I figured it couldn't hurt. Then I used the Smoked Topaz ShadowSense as bottom eyeliner. Just started from like the outside of my eye, working a little bit towards the middle, and then stopped. And then I went in with the Onyx ShadowSense for my waterline. I love this because my other eyeliners used to wear off on my waterline, but since this is waterproof and smudge proof, it'll stay set. Then I used our LashSense, which is just for volume. It's a base for your eyelashes, for volume, and lengthens your eyelashes. And then I topped it with our black LashSense mascara, and it's waterproof. I love our LashSense mascara. I've never used a waterproof mascara that I do like, and this doesn't feel like waterproof, but it is. It doesn't get clumpy. Then I also applied that to my bottom lash line. Now make sure your lips are clean and dry, especially after you apply your makeup. I just cleaned with water. And then I started my first layer of Lipsense using dark pink. So one fluid motion. Let that dry. This is in fast mode, so I obviously would let it dry longer than that. And then apply your second coat, which is also dark pink. Make sure you get your waterline as well. Now I lined my lips using just a normal eyeliner brush with the color Lexie Bear-y. It's a little bit darker than the dark pink. And just worked from the middle of my lip, working outwards. I overlined them just a little bit to provide a fuller look. You can do this before applying any Lipsense at all, but on this time I did 2 layers of the dark pink before applying 1 layer of the Lexie Bear-y as lip liner. So then let that dry. And then I applied 1 more layer of the lip liner, which is just the Lexie Bear-y Lipsense. It's a lot easier to do than you'd think. And with Lipsense, it doesn't bleed, so it won't go onto the rest of your lips. Then I applied 1 layer of Lexie Bear-y to blend that in. Then I let that dry, and I wanted it a little bit darker, so I went ahead and applied 1 last layer. So that's 4 layers total, but I made sure each layer was super thin. Then you let that dry really, really well before applying your gloss. I started out with just the normal glossy gloss and really worked that in. And then I topped it off with the gold glitter gloss. I love using the gold glitter gloss, especially over the glossy. That glitter will last all day. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was my look for our family pictures. Please let me know if I can help you order anything.